In this quiz, you'll see 3 statements related to food and drinks. 2 are true, and 1 is a lie. Can you spot the lie before the timer runs out? Let's begin. Let's start with the easy level. Here's the first one. Can you spot the lie? Option A is the lie. Fortune cookies were invented in the United States, most likely in California in the early 1900s, with the Japanese-American bakers as the most credible originators. They have no historical roots in China. 2 facts, 1 fiction. Which one doesn't belong? Option C is the lie. Sushi means vinegared rice, not raw fish. The raw fish component is sashimi. Sushi can be made with cooked seafood, vegetables, or eggs, and still be sushi as long as it includes seasoned rice. A common food belief is a lie here. Can you find it? Option B is the lie. Brown sugar is essentially white sugar with a small amount of molasses added back. The nutritional difference is negligible. Both are nearly identical in calories and sugar content. If you're enjoying this quiz, help us reach 500 subscribers by hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon. One of these is a myth millions still believe. Option A is the lie. Carrots are rich in beta-carotene, which helps maintain vision in people who are vitamin A deficient. However, eating more carrots does not improve eyesight beyond normal function in healthy individuals. A food myth is hiding in this one. Option C is the lie. The majority of stomach ulcers are caused by Helicobacter pylori bacteria or long-term use of NSAIDs like ibuprofen. Spicy food can aggravate an existing ulcer but does not cause one. One of these popular beliefs is completely wrong. Option B is the lie. Alcohol dilates blood vessels near the skin, creating a sensation of warmth, but it actually causes the body to lose heat faster. Core temperature drops, which is why alcohol consumption in cold weather is dangerous. A very common food assumption, and one of them is wrong. Option A is the lie. Decaf coffee still contains caffeine, just significantly less. A typical decaf cup contains around 2 to 15 milligrams, compared to 80 to 100 milligrams in a regular cup. The decaffeination process removes roughly 97%, but never all of it. Last easy one. Don't let the kitchen fool you. Option C is the lie. Alcohol does not fully cook off. Studies show that even after 2.5 hours of cooking, around 5% of the original alcohol remains. A dish cooked briefly can retain 40% or more. Now entering medium difficulty. These are a little trickier. Getting trickier. Think carefully before you pick. Option C is the lie. The habanero is extremely hot, but far from the world's hottest. That record belongs to varieties like the Carolina Reaper or Pepper X, which measure over 2 million Scoville units, dwarfing the habanero's 100,000 to 350,000. One of these food facts has a deliberate twist. Option A is the lie. White chocolate does contain no cocoa solids, which is true, but it is legally classified as chocolate in many countries including the US and EU because it contains cocoa butter. The statement that it is not technically chocolate is disputed and incorrect by most food standards. Amazing! You have passed 40% of the quiz. You're doing incredible and your persistence is commendable. History, science, and food collide. Spot the lie. Option C is the lie. Tea holds the position of the world's second most consumed beverage after water, not coffee. Tea is particularly dominant in Asia, which accounts for the majority of global consumption. The classic food origin story has been twisted here. Option B is the lie. The croissant originated in Austria. The Kipferl, its crescent-shaped ancestor, was a Viennese pastry. It was brought to France by Marie Antoinette and later refined into the buttery laminated version we know today. A history and food mashup. One of these isn't right. Option C is the lie. Cacao as currency was a practice of Mesoamerican civilizations, specifically the Aztecs and Maya, not the Romans. Romans had no access to cacao, which is native to the Americas. Don't let the plausible numbers fool you. Option C is the lie. The Caesar salad was invented by Cesar Cardini, an Italian-born restaurateur in Tijuana, Mexico in 1924. Julius Caesar has no connection to the dish. Spot the lie. It's wearing a convincing disguise. Option B is the lie. Strawberries contain roughly double the sugar of lemons per 100 grams, about 4.9 green versus 2.5 green. The tartness of lemons makes them taste far less sweet, but taste does not reflect sugar content. One of these geography meets food facts is off. Option A is the lie. Italy is consistently the world's largest wine producer by volume, with France and Spain alternating for second and third. France is associated with premium wine prestige, but it does not produce the most by quantity. One of these food origin stories is fiction. Option C is the lie. Margarine was invented by French chemist Hippolyte Mejmoriès in 1869 as a cheaper butter substitute for Napoleon III's army and the poor. It had nothing to do with fattening turkeys. A supermarket secret, an ancient recipe, and a twisted number. Find the lie. Option C is the lie. Saffron is the world's most expensive spice by weight. It requires around 150 flowers to produce just 1 gram and is often priced at thousands of dollars per kilogram. Vanilla is expensive, but it is not the most costly. Incredible. You've unlocked expert mode. You've come this far. Finish strong. Hard zone. One of these sounds textbook correct, but isn't. Option A is the lie. The Maillard reaction and caramelization are entirely different processes. The Maillard reaction involves proteins and sugars reacting under heat to create complex flavors, responsible for browning meat and bread. Caramelization involves only sugar breaking down under heat, different chemicals, different results. This one hides the lie in a plausible-sounding number. It's option C, the lie. Black pepper was highly prized and genuinely valuable in medieval Europe, sometimes used in taxation and as gifts, but it was never more valuable than gold by weight. That claim is a popular exaggeration. Incredible, 80% complete. You're in the top 20% of all viewers. The finish line is in sight. Nearly at the top, the lie is buried in familiar-sounding science. Option B is the lie. Switzerland does consume a very high amount of chocolate per capita, but it does not hold the top spot consistently. Ireland, Germany, and Austria have also topped the rankings in various years. Switzerland's association with premium chocolate makes this an easy assumption to fall for. The lie is hiding in common nutrition advice. Read carefully. Option A is the lie. Total calorie intake, not the time of eating, is the primary driver of weight gain. While circadian rhythms can influence metabolism slightly, the notion that night eating inherently causes more fat gain regardless of calories is not supported by the evidence. This one trips up even food science enthusiasts. Option C is the lie. Oysters do change sex, but not always in one direction. Many species can switch between male and female multiple times based on environmental conditions like temperature, food availability, and population density, not in a fixed sequence. Nearly there, so geography and food fact is wrong here. Option C is the lie. Rhubarb leaves are toxic. They contain high levels of oxalic acid, which can cause kidney failure, and in large enough quantities can be fatal. Only the stalks are edible. The roots are not the toxic part. Last one, and it's the trickiest yet. Make it count. Option A is the lie. Tuna is popular but not the most consumed fish globally. Alaska pollock and carp consistently rank at the top by volume, largely driven by Asian consumption. Tuna's prominence in Western markets creates the false impression it leads globally. Congratulations! You've completed the challenge. How many did you get right? Drop your score in the comments below and hit the like and subscribe buttons to show your support. Pick your next challenge and make sure to share and subscribe. See you in the next one.